All right, I'm gonna start this whole show over because apparently nobody could watch that other one. If you can see this one, let me know in the chat. If you can see this new one, let me know. While I'm gonna play "Keep on the Sunny Side," I'm gonna start this over. There's a dark and a troubled side to life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though you'll meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side you also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. Though the storm and its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storm and time will pass away, and the sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. Let us meet with a song of hope each day. Though this moment is cloudy and fair, let us trust in our Savior always. Keep everything in His care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. There's a dark and a troubled side to life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. And though you'll meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side you also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. For keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. For keep on the sunny side of life. All right, thank you very much, everybody. It's good to be back here with you today. Sorry about all the technical problems. One of these days, there will be no technical problems. I got to check in and see if this thing's actually streaming, because the first one wasn't, apparently. Even though I worked my butt off trying to get that to work properly. Looks like it did not. I'm going to definitely close some stuff out here. Uh-oh. Is it working? No. Let's see. Okay, this one's definitely on. I'm just going to do something really quick. Bear with me if you're listening to the replay. I got to put up some. Here, I got to put up some stuff here. This is what I was going to say right now, if we didn't have a problem, is that I'm going live every Wednesday this month, except for next Wednesday. I have a gig up in Temecula, California next Wednesday. But I'm gonna go live every week, and I've been really getting into it. I can tell you why. Is because let's see. Hopefully this one's working. It says it is. Okay. J Van says it's working. All right, good. So I'm gonna go live every week for this whole month, which is there's 5 Wednesdays this month, and one of them I'll be off, like I said. But I am I'm an oddball. Let's just face it. I'm an oddball, and probably everybody on the planet's kind of an oddball. But some people are better at like fitting in with society and getting real jobs and all that stuff than I am. People like myself were called artists, or as my friend Gerg said, I think he might have coined this term, or maybe I did. Oddist. It's Oddist. I'm an oddist. And I don't really. I've worked really, really hard at regular jobs and all that stuff, but I always feel unfulfilled. I always feel like I just want to, walk off a short pier. Take a long walk off a short pier, I guess is the saying, or jump off a bridge or whatever, something like that. I don't want to be graphic. I'm kidding. I'm halfway kidding. There's been times when I felt like taking myself, to that point, but that never been that close. I mean, I'm just saying, so don't worry about me. I'm just saying there's some of us who are very passionate about if we're going to be here in this world, we want to enjoy ourselves as much as possible. I am one of those people, and I hope you are too. And so I feel like people kind of need to hear from me more regularly. I think what I have to say is going to be very helpful for the world right now. And a lot of the gigs that I play nowadays have to be really upbeat. It's family environments, bright, sunny. It's like farmers markets, restaurants with kids running around. So everything has to be kind of upbeat and stuff. Nobody wants to hear the somber, sad songs, all that stuff that I have to say between songs. I used to banter quite a bit between songs until recently. And I had to start just playing songs, especially since the pandemic when everybody started going their own directions and stuff. Nobody wants to be alienated at a live concert, and I get that. I don't want to alienate people. But I do want to speak up because I do think I'm a very moderate person, and I really like to find the common ground. I really like to hear what other people have to say. And that's why I'm doing this too. People can chime in on the chat, and we can have discussions. People who completely disagree with me. I have friends who completely disagree with me. And so I'm feeling compelled to just try it, to go every week and see what happens, see how many technical problems that I get, which hopefully this will be the last one. That was a big technical problem. It was like 15 minutes of nobody could even hear me, so that was pretty messed up. And what else am I going to say about going live every week? I've got a list of stuff here. That's why I keep looking down. People have even said recently, they've said to me, I miss your banter between the songs. I miss your guitar playing. I've been playing a lot of banjo, and the guitar is great, but it's not always upbeat. The banjo is always upbeat for me. So this is a way for me to get back to the guitar playing. It's a way to get back to the banter. I have a lot to say. A lot of stuff is way too complex to even to say in a song sometimes. And I feel like this is going to be good for my health, and I hope it's good for people's health out there too. Maybe people are lonely. I know there's got to be a lot of lonely people out there, because I know lately, in the last 3 years, there's been very lonely times for myself. I live alone, and sometimes listening to a live stream of somebody I like, just hearing them talk, about something, and it feels like somebody's there with me, which is nice. So maybe that's how people will feel too. I also, at some points in my life, I thought I'd make a good therapist. I'm a really good listener. I like hearing what people have to say. And I like talking about issues. I like talking about real issues and stuff. But I don't actually really want to be a therapist, because I've heard people tell me stories about what it's like to be a real therapist, or like a therapist in that sense. And I don't want to do that. I want to keep playing my music and help people through my music, but I also want to help people through talking like this every week. And if at the end of this month it looks like it's a complete waste of time and nobody's tuning in anymore, maybe I'll give up on it, or maybe I'll keep going. We'll just see how this goes. So hopefully people like it. They've liked the first 2 ones. The first 2 ones went really well. I was happy with the way they went. So hopefully they keep going that way. J-Van's the only one that's she's chimed in yet, so at least I know it's working for her, which is good. She's in South Carolina, and hopefully my mom chimes back in. All right. What else? Also, I like to start going live more often and get really good at it because I want to be good at speeches, better at speeches. I've given speeches at some of my birthday parties. I try to give speeches at occasions, but I could use a lot of work on that. I really could. Bantering between songs, short little quips here and there is one thing, and telling cracking a joke or whatever is one thing, but I want to, kind of go out there. So now we're like 15 minutes into this live stream almost, and I should probably play some more music, and I will. Just a second. This also, we had a lockdown like 3 years ago, and I guess we call it a lockdown. It was a quarantine, whatever it was called. It's really whatever you want to call it. But if that happens again and all my gigs get canceled, at least I'll be used to doing this live stream every week, and you can find me here. I realized that people don't come to they're not going to come to the shows because a lot of people are very uncomfortable coming to a live concert if it's just like super tiny, just a few people there. People, I don't know, people would rather stay home. And I think there's a lot of people, I have a lot of fans out there all over the world who would like to hear me play. And this will be a way for them to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And now I'm going to play some more music before I start talking again. That first song that I did was, of course, a old standard. Okay, my mom chimed in and says she's able to hear now. Thank God. I'm glad you can hear now, Mom. And I hope Dad's there too. And so I'm going to play a song that I wrote. It's called Lost Soul Search. It's about traveling across the country in my van, which I did for years. I'm going to have another episode dedicated to that subject, about driving across the country in my van and living out of my van for years, way before van life was cool. I was like done with van life when that was starting to be a hashtag. All right, sorry if I don't look at the camera enough. I've got all these notes and I'm like looking at stuff, but this song's called Lost Soul Search. That's not the right harmonica. Let me get it. Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona. I drove my van all the way to California. I drove this van all the way to California. I am a lost soul on this long road, lots of mystery, and I'm on its journey. I am hardly known, sometimes I'm lonely, but this universe is providing. But the universe is providing will make sense eventually. It will make sense eventually. And all this searching will lead me to a place of understanding. When peace I find, it will be all mine. But for now, I gotta keep walking. But for now, I just keep walking. Will make sense eventually. It will make sense eventually. Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. I drove this van all the way to California. I drove this van all the way to California. All right. Yeah, another reason I decided to go live. Oh, let me do this. Gotta do the applause for myself, of course. Thank you very much. Thank you. This show is going really, it's going really up and down, but I don't know, whatever. Another reason I decided to go live, I don't know if I told you this, but yeah, it's just a way just to get everything out there, like all the time. I don't feel like doing all the editing and stuff like that I was doing with the podcast before. It was taking forever. I just rather just put it out there and be done with it. And that's what I'm doing. So it's making it a lot easier. Maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I should share that link again. Hopefully people can find this new live stream. Man. All right, anyway, moving on. I'm going to play another song. I'm going to play a song by this song is by the Ramones. It's called I Want to Be Sedated. It might be the longest version of this song you've ever heard, so sit down and get comfortable. Twenty, 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair and get me to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my toes. Oh no, oh no. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Twenty, 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair and get me on a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go insane. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. No, no. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Twenty, 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair, get me to the show. Hurry, 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 before I go loco. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my toes. Oh no, no. sedated. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. 24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair and get me to the plane. Hurry, hurry, hurry before I go insane. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. Oh no, oh no. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Bam, 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 bam. I wanna be sedated. Oh, here we go. Gotta do that. Gotta do that clap. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Feels good. Feels good. Thanks a lot. What a great audience here. Yeah, the Ramones is a great band. I don't know if you ever knew this, but the guitar solo in that original song is just like one note. It's just one note over and over for like 15 seconds. That is the ultimate slack band. I love the Ramones and love that song. We've all felt that way before. We just want to feel sedated. So I started playing that one a little bit ago, and I haven't played it a whole lot, but I hope you enjoyed it. Looks like Jay Van did. Looks like my friend Jay Fine tuned in. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, since Albuquerque, like probably 2001, 2002. He's a great bass player, great musician, great dad, great husband, great cameraman. He lives in Boston nowadays, and he's been in touch with me lately saying Grayson and Weston, his two sons, who I think I met them like a while ago. It was a while. They were super tiny. I was on tour. I was in Boston, and I think I played at the Boston Hard Rock Cafe, and Jay Fine came out. His name's Jeremy Fine. We all call him Jay Fine, and he came out, and what a great guy. I just love Jay Fine because he's got like a lot going on in his life. Him and his wife are kind of famous around the Boston area. I'm not gonna say who they are, but I know they were kind of famous in Albuquerque too, and then what a great guy. He's always got time for me, it seems like, even though he has 2 kids and a huge life. And he always buys merch for me every time I'm there. He's bought merch for me when the pandemic happened. He was like funding my Patreon. And I just really appreciate Jay Fine and his family. So hello to you guys out there. And I know that his sons requested some songs. I'll play one of them now and one of them later. This one's for you, Grayson and Weston. What great names for your kids, Jay Fine. I'll play one. It's called Hippie Valentine right now. It's about a man who falls in love with a hippie girl for Valentine's Day and tries to woo her over with gifts that are all environmentally unfriendly. So here goes, Hippie Valentine, out to Boston. Well, one day in February, I found a girl so fine. No doubt that I wanted her to be my Valentine. So I went and bought a box of chocolate candies. I gave them to her happily, but she was angry. I don't want this box of chocolates that you bought for me. They're made with corn syrup. That stuff's unhealthy. Oh, that's true. Don't eat corn syrup, people. It's really bad for you. I told her that I understood and I would make it right. So once more I went to the store later that night. To compensate, I bought a dozen roses of red. It was late when I gave them to her, but this is what she said. I don't want these pesticide-covered flowers. They're shipped here with fossil fuels and grown with slave labor. Oh, that's true too. I think this girl's my type. I was feeling so dumb, so I went back to my home. When I was there, I felt despair, and I sat there all alone. I had no idea that pleasing her would be this hard. So this time I kept it simple and I bought her a card. I don't want this greeting card, it's made out of trees. If they all get turned to paper, then we cannot breathe. Oh, good grief. It's official. This girl doesn't like me at all. Oh well, moving on. I must have been struck by the wrong air of that flying Cupid, 'cause then I knew I have no luck and Valentine's Day is stupid. I told the girl that I was sorry for bothering her. Then she spoke up happily and she gave me this answer. You don't have to spend your money or buy me anything. I just want your company. And then she kissed me. All right. Oh. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a nice audience. Appreciate that. That's a song I wrote that like 13 years ago. It was for a Valentine's Day contest. It was one of these stupid online contests. You're supposed to win some money if you win. But it turned out it was just a popularity contest because there was some kid that must have been in high school or something, and he had like his whole high school voted for him, and his song wasn't even that good. I didn't win, but the song, people like that song, so I keep playing it. I'm gonna play a Handsome Family song for you now. The Handsome Family is a band that currently resides in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that's how I know them personally. But I have a great story about the Handsome Family that I'll tell you. It's really quick. It's a really quick story. I was living in Virginia for about 6 months, working at a gas station, and I think the year was 2000, maybe 2001. I was living with my sister, and it was in Virginia, working at this gas station. It was a terrible job, but it was a job nonetheless. And I was listening to music as I drove to work every day. I'd listen to everything was on CDs at that time still. So I had these CDs. They were from these compilation CDs from like just record labels and stuff putting out compilations. And this one compilation, I think it was Bloodshot Records, which is a notorious record label for alt country. I think it was Bloodshot Records. I heard this one song on there, and I was like, this song here is what I was looking for. It was called Weightless, and it was by a band called the Handsome Family, and I was super into it. So then I kept looking for more of their stuff, and then I moved back to Albuquerque like 6 months later, and I was playing a show, and afterwards I went to a bar where there was some more music, live music, and the Handsome Family was playing at a bar in Albuquerque, and I was like, what are you guys doing here? I love your music. I heard you on the Bloodshot Records compilation. And we just became friends. We're not in touch a lot these days, but they're really busy. They fly all over the world and stuff like that. They were on they got a placement on the True Blood soundtrack for I think it was the first season, no, second season, first season. I think it was the first season. Their song Far From Any Road, which was like one of those obscure songs of theirs. Far From Any Road was like an obscure song, but they got it on the soundtrack, the opening theme song for True Detective, I think it was, or True Blood. It was True Detective, True Blood. I can't remember the name of the song. Sorry, but it was like that song, which was really an obscure one for all of us. We all loved it, but it was not the one we would think would ever be like the hit for the Handsome Family. But that song, I even heard it again the other day in a movie I was watching. The song came on, Far From Any Road by the Handsome Family. This song that I'm gonna play as a lot of times is my number one song on Spotify. It's a song I covered of theirs. I'm going to go off on a little tangent about covers real quick, too. Sinead O'Connor just passed away recently, and It was super sad. I loved her music. I loved her voice. I loved her expression. I think as time gone on, what she did with the Pope's picture was pretty pretty good. Anyway, just say that about that. But her covering that song, Nothing Else Compares, just goes to show that sometimes an artist, such as Prince, who wrote that song, sometimes somebody will write a song and then another artist will come along and sort of perfect it or just make it hit and make it hit to the right crowd. Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen is another example of that. I'm convinced if Jeff Buckley hadn't have covered that song and a couple other people started covering it, nobody would ever have known Hallelujah, except for us diehard Leonard Cohen fans, there's plenty of those, of course. We love Leonard Cohen. He's my all-time favorite songwriter. But I'm not sure that song Hallelujah would be at the mass awareness that it is today if Jeff Buckley or somebody didn't cover it, because honestly, I've heard a lot of people say they don't like Leonard Cohen's version of that song, even though he's the one that wrote it. And so I know people get on me about covering songs and stuff like that, but sometimes I cover songs because I want to expose a band that I really like that doesn't get enough attention. And I covered this song back before the Handsome Family had. They were big, they were doing well anyway already. Don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of publications such as Tape Op, which is a publication that I like to read. It's like a music magazine. I haven't read it in a while, but Tape Op never really covered them, the Handsome Family. There was some publications that I always thought, well, why isn't the Handsome Family getting any like attention? So I covered this song called it's called My Sister's Tiny Hands, because I really like this song. I like the Handsome Family, and I felt like I had a good version of it, and a lot of people seem to agree because it's usually my #1 song on Spotify these days. And so here it goes. I'm gonna do it. There's no backing track for this. I'm Gary Reed. Hey Bob. He must be saying Bob Dylan. Yeah, I'm Bob Dylan. That's me. That's right. Just I don't have all the fame and glory. Did I tell you that oddists, a lot of times we are so odd that we end up broke and lonely? So that's what's happening here too. And again, I might get lonely at times, but I'm not desperate. But it's a good way for me to reach out to the world. Anyway, I'm gonna get back on track. I'm gonna get better at all this stuff. That technical difficulty at the beginning of this one kind of threw me off, guys. It was like 15 minutes, nobody could hear me, so I was kind of in a groove, and then I had to start everything, and now my mind is going, well, people can't hear me. I shared it all on my newsletter today. I have like 800 email addresses that I shared it to. Shared it on social media everywhere, and it's the wrong link because that link for some reason wasn't working. I don't know how to avoid that in the future, but I hope I do. Maybe I can hire somebody. Psych. Anyway, here goes a song by the Handsome Family. This song's called My Sister's Tiny Hands. That's the wrong harmonica. Hang on a second. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong harmonica. All right. It's live. Shoot. Sorry about that was not a bad word, everybody. I know there's kids listening. I'm keeping it clean. Hey kids, keep it clean out there, all right? We came in this world together, our arms wrapped around each other. My cheek against my sister's, we were born like tangled vines. And we lived upon a river where the black clouds never linger. The sunlight spread like honey through my sister's tiny hands. But while picking sour apples in the wild waving grasses. Sister stumbled in a briar and was bitten by a snake. And every creature cast a shadow on the sun's golden finger. But when the sun slips past the waving grass, some shadows get dragged along. So alone I took to drinking bottles of cheap whiskey, stumbling through the backwoods, killing snakes with a sharpened stick. So I took my rusty gas can and an old iron shovel. I set the woods to burn and filled the river up with stone. And every creature cast a shadow under the sun's golden finger. But when the sun slips past the waving grass, some shadows get dragged along. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, my version's a lot faster than theirs. Their version's a really slow version, which is it's a beautiful version. It's a definitive version, of course. They wrote it, they recorded it. I love their recordings. I know Brett Sparks. Him and I have had many conversations about home recordings, and I miss those guys a lot. I haven't talked to them personally in a while. Sometimes I write them back on their newsletters, but I don't hear back too much these days from. I do sometimes Rennie writes me back, but it's been a while. I buy shirts and stuff from him, but my version is pretty upbeat. And one time, I don't know if I stepped on their toes, but they're cool with me. They're still cool with me. But this one time I was opening for them in Albuquerque, and I said to the audience, "Is the Handsome Family here? Would they mind if I played My Sister's Tiny Hands?" And nobody responded, so I went ahead and played it. And that's kind of a faux pas. If you play, like, sometimes, like, say if you're opening for Led Zeppelin and you play Stairway to Heaven, that's not good etiquette. It's bad form to do that. You don't want to. But I thought My Sister's Tiny Hands was kind of one of their more obscure songs, so I thought it was okay to play it when I opened for them. But then Rennie told me between sets, when they were getting ready to set up, she's like, "Yeah, we were gonna open with that." I was like, "Oh no," and I thought they were like hated me, but they didn't. They actually donated to my GoFundMe for my European trip after that, so they're cool. We're cool. Everything's cool, but don't do that. Make sure you get permission from the band you're opening for if you're gonna play one of their songs. Even though my version's like way different than theirs, it's still kind of it's bad form. Anyway. It's been a while since I've opened for like a famous band. What's going on with me? Why am I like, maybe I need to move. I think I maybe need to move somewhere. San Diego is a great town for the weather's great and people have been good to me here. I get to play outside all the time, my music. I'm tan. Look at me, man. I'm like tan. I'm looking good and stuff. But man, I think my music is suffering a lot. And again, that's another reason I'm going live here. So I can get myself out there a little bit more. I'm like playing for 10, 20 people sometimes. And people, like I said, I'm very grateful for the people who do like me here in Southern California. They've been very kind to me and I've made a living. But maybe just the whole world's changed. I don't know. Maybe I need a manager. Maybe I need to put myself out there more. But I am so busy. When do I have time to write to the Belly Up and all that stuff? Anyway. Maybe I should play another song, or maybe I should talk about my next topic. I only have 15 minutes left. I know Jeremy's sons, Grayson and Weston, wanted to hear a song of mine called um, "I'm an Alien and I Want to Go Home." I'll definitely probably play that one last because it's in a it's in a different tuning. I have a story too about this guitar that I bought last week. I was saying on the podcast that I bought a new guitar, and it came in, and it did. Let me show it to you for those of you who are watching. This is it. This is the guitar. It's really cool. It looks like an acoustic guitar, right? But it's super thin, and it sounds great. But it's supposed to make it go into alternate tunings, and I could do it. It would go into alternate tunings, but it wouldn't save them. So when I got ready to play the show today, I realized that this guitar is actually kind of broken. So I wasn't able to use it today. I think I'm going to have to send it back, and I have a feeling the guy that sold it to me is going to be pretty grumpy about that. But I'm going to be pretty grumpy about having to pay $800 for a guitar that's actually not working properly. One of the reasons I bought it is for alternate tunings, and that's not working right. So hopefully things go smooth with the return on this guitar. I did break a string on it, but otherwise, because I was trying to tune it, and it was like the tuning was going crazy, and then I over-tuned the G string. But that happens, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to try to get another one of these guitars, one that works properly, because this would be a great guitar for me. I can change tunings really quick. It's called a Line 6 Variax Acoustic. It came out like 20 years ago. They don't make them anymore. But these things, they sound amazing. The modeling on these guitars, they make it sound like an acoustic guitar, like a Dream acoustic guitar, and they have a bunch of different ones. And I wish it was working so I could show you, but I don't want to play it right now because I got to return this thing. It's not working, so I'm not going to play it on the podcast here. But maybe in the future I'll get another one of those. I'm kind of bummed actually. I could cry, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to cry about it. Just going to try to send it back. All right. I was going to go into a little bit of a rant about burying our heads in the sand, but maybe I'll just do that one next time. Things are getting politically charged out there again. And the topic that I was going to talk about was like how a lot of people just think, just like, shut up about politics. Just stop talking about it. It's like we live in a democracy here, people, that we're supposed to be able to choose our leaders. Right now, we had here in San Diego, my local politics, which is the most powerful form of politics, I'm convinced. When you go to local politics and you do something about your local politics, I think it goes upwards. I think voting for the president and all that stuff is pretty irrelevant. It's a whole soap opera, really. It's a WWE wrestling match that you know is fake, but you can't take your eyes away from it. It's a soap opera that you like to watch every day, but you know it's not real. That's all I'll say about the politics for now, I guess, because I'm gonna be on here for another 10 or 15 minutes. If anybody else has anything to say or requests a song, let me know. I think I'm gonna play "Everything's Gonna Be Alright." J-Van requested that one last week, and I didn't play it. And maybe I'll do "Crazy Train" and then end with "I'm an Alien and I Want to Go Home." How's that sound to everybody that's still listening? I don't know if I talked as much as I would like to today. Maybe I talked too much for some people, but that technical problem just threw everything off. Man, these technical problems. Let me get the banjo out. I'm going to play "I'm an Alien" and I Want to Go Home on the guitar. I'll go back to the guitar. But for now, I'm going to play some banjo, as they say in North Kakalaki and South Kakalaki. Banjo. Alright, here's one of those slow, somber songs that I don't get to play a whole lot these days. It's called "Everything's Gonna Be Alright." It's a song I wrote. It's a beautiful song, if I must say so myself, if I can say so. But this is one of the few that I can play in public because it's... Is that working? I know what's happening. Let's see. I know what's up. Yeah. J Van requested Lightning Bug. Next time, I guess, because I'm running out of time here. But thanks for requesting that song. That's a good one, though. That's a good old one. I'll get that one ready for next one, which will be 2 weeks. I'm not going to go live next Wednesday because I'm in Temecula, but every other Wednesday in August, I will go live. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be alright. If you just hold on. Just hold on. If we can just still our minds, less is wrong than is right, and everything's gonna be alright. If we just hold on. Just hold on. Sometimes we drift in life. It's hard work just getting by, and everything's gonna be alright. If we just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm just hold on. And just let go. I gotta remember to do that. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, Dawn. Sorry about the technical problems. I know you says you were waiting. Sorry about that. I don't know why that link didn't work. I'm gonna have to find out why it didn't work. So I have no idea, man. I'm glad you got here now, and I'm gonna do 2 more songs. I hear some phase. I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully I get really a lot better at this with all the technical problems and stuff. But jeez, GR was waiting as well. GR, are you Peter? Oh, cool. Hey, Cole and Peter, good to see you guys, or good to hear from you guys. Sorry about the problem. I went live at 4 p.m. California time, and that link didn't work. So I'm gonna do a song called Crazy Train now, and then I'm gonna play one more song called I'm an Alien, I Wanna Go Home on the guitar, and that'll be it for the day. I gotta find out why that technical problem happened so that doesn't happen ever again. Sorry about all that, guys. Crazy, that's how it goes. Millions of people living like fools. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love. Forget all this hate, mental wounds to healing. They're driving us insane. We're going off the rails on this crazy train. Going off the rails on a crazy train. I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools. Now watch all the dropouts, listen to rules. One person condition to rule and control. The media sells it, we live the role. Mental wounds still healing, who and what's to blame. On this crazy train, going off the rails on this crazy train. I know that things are going wrong for me. You got to listen to my words, yeah. Crazy, that's how it goes. Millions of people living like fools. Well, maybe it's not too late to learn how to love. Forget all this hate, mental wounds still healing, driving us insane. Going off the rails on this crazy train. Going off the rails on this crazy train. All aboard! Chain. Going off the rails on this crazy train. Oh, come on, you could do better than that, right? You could do better than that. Let's hear a better clap than that. There we go. There's a big clap. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. All right, I'm going to play one more song for Jay Fine and company. Oh, they're chanting now. Stop the chanting. I'm gonna see if anybody donated. How many tramps can you put on a crazy train? How many tramps can you put on a crazy train? All of them? I don't know. Is there a punchline? I'd love to know. That's what Peter and Cole are asking. Let's just see if anybody donated today, and if they did, I'll thank them. Hopefully they did. After the first, oh man, what a bummer. That link, I think that's the second time. The first time I went live, that same thing happened. The link didn't work or something, and I had to change links right in the middle of the live stream. What a bummer. I guess that's part of going live. Donald Hill donated. Thank you very much, Donald Hill. I appreciate that, man. That's really kind of you. On PayPal. And let's see who else here. I'm going to look at the Venmo. See who donated on Venmo and thank them. And I'll be done with this thing for the day. Looks like maybe somebody did on Venmo. Jay Fine. Thank you very much, Jay Fine. Appreciate that, man. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. Cole says 25 tramps can fit on a crazy train. All right. Good one, Cole. I got a joke for you guys. This one comes from my friend Allie. She sends me some good jokes sometimes, but you know, I don't really trust stairs because they're always up to something. Hang on, let me get the laugh track. I don't trust stairs because they're always up to something. And the other one she sent me. Thanks, Allie, for the jokes. The other one was, you know, I've written a lot of unemployment jokes, but none of them seem to work. I didn't write these jokes. I'm just telling them because maybe it'll make somebody laugh out there. A lot of times I like to write my own jokes, but it's been a crazy week, as they say. And then this song is called I'm an Alien and I Want to Go Home. It's a true story. We all feel like that, don't we? We all kind of feel like this world is not ours. We should feel like that, I think. I don't think this world is meant to be ours. I think the world we come from is yet to come. Let me just tune this this guitar. This guitar is tuned really low, which I love it. I love this guitar. It's great. It is kind of hard to tune because the tuners are so close together. My mom loved the jokes. That's good. Thanks, Mom. I'm sure my dad liked those too. I got a tuner right here when I do that. See, this is why it's hard to play multiple instruments at a concert, especially if you're going into different tunings. Which is why I bought that guitar. It's going to help me change things faster. This. Not sure why that guitar's not coming through. That's weird. Well, hopefully you can hear the guitar through this mic, because I guess it's not working. Man, the life of a musician, it's a good one. It's not easy though, let me tell you, people. Alright, here goes. Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in today. Sorry about the technical problems. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. And see you in a couple weeks. This song's called I'm an Alien, I Want to Go Home. I was living in the Garden of Eden, I was eating fruit right off the trees. Harmony on my mind, I was living a life of ease. God spoke to everyone over an intercom. The speakers were in the clouds, we all lived in a wigwam. We could speak back to him on a microphone that was hanging from a ceiling from a wishbone. One morning God spoke to us and made a forecast. You're all getting too fat, so now you must fast. Breakfast was skipped and no one really cared. It wasn't until supper people started getting scared. Stomachs were rumbling louder than the clouds. I never missed a meal before, I thought I might pass out. Sat down on the couch and started watching some TV. There was some guy on the news digging in the dirt, planting pinto beans. He called himself a farmer, he was taking control of the situation, went back to digging a hole. Looked over my friend who sat in a recliner. I noticed he was eating. I asked him what is a TV dinner. Well, maybe he had forgotten, so I reminded him. God said not to eat until further instructions. But we don't need God anymore, you're a simple little man. Now the farmer sells his food from his taco stand. Follow my nose down to the smell of the tacos. I walked up to the counter, I ordered 5 bean burritos. The kid there asked for here to go, and I told him to not stay. He pushed some buttons on the register, said that'll be $6.50. I didn't know what money was, so I asked him for his boss. He looked at me kinda crazy, told me to get lost. I'm feeling very weak by now, so I went to the microphone. I wanted to ask God if this fast could be postponed. When I spoke, I could not hear a reply, cause there was too much noise outside from all the people and cars passing by. Walking down the street to find a fruit tree, lots of green grass, but not a single thing to eat. Sat down on the sidewalk with my bottle of liquor. Some people threw some coins at me. I had no idea what they were. So I got a job mopping floors, so it lasted almost a day. I had no watch, I was late. I got fired without pay. Also that night I slept in a park underneath the stars when a flying saucer came down from the planet Mars. Hop in, buddy, I've been looking for you. The creature said to me, and just like that at the speed of light, I went off to another galaxy. Goodbye. So long, planet Earth. I never understood these people anyway. Thank you very much, everybody. See you in a couple weeks. Be good to yourselves, people. Be good to yourselves.